Muji hears the bowls and he knows it's time to get under the blankets. There's this beautiful sound that I'm hearing in the undercurrents of today's session, and it came in like a whisper. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Alchemy and Oracles, your weekly moment of inner alchemy. I'm 𝘠𝘠𝘪. I'm your guide for this journey. I'm an acupuncturist, sound healer, and clairvoyant, helping you harmonize the nature of oneself, helping you stay attuned to your heart's music, helping you navigate life with ease and effortlessness, helping you maintain vibrational health so your chi, your vital life force, is flowing. When it's not flowing is where we start to experience pain. It could be physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain, pain in our bank account, pain in our relationships. That is our vital life force not flowing harmoniously. And when we learn how to take care of our vibrational health, we're more in command of how we feel, more in command of what we experience in the world and what we create. And we know our body's messages. We know what's true for us. We know what's right for us. And we begin to rely and operate from that place of power, from that place of embodiment, from that place of knowing. We all have this. We all have this. Beautiful. Okay, dear ones, I'm excited to share the drawing with you today. I've been really enjoying this new process of doing this live for you. It just seems to be like a stronger connection for me, and the information that comes through seems to be a lot more impactful for the people who are receiving it. So I always love to hear your feedback and your shares. So let me get this going for us all. Here we go. There we are. That was last week. Look at that. That's pretty amazing, huh? And then this was how I used to do it, and I would take notes. I would take notes on the side, and then just share with you my cliff notes, and my notes were kind of a reminder of what I saw. But now I don't have to remind myself, and I can share with you directly the stream that's coming through as I begin to draw. And here we go. Let's see what the field has for us today. It's kind of feels like a bit of anger, frustration. Things aren't going, as you want. They're not working out the way you want. It's not happening as you hoped or as you expected. And you can feel the tension in your body. I always notice with people that, expectations get in the way. So anytime we start to feel that tension in the body, we know that we're not in alignment with our navigational system, right? We're not operating harmoniously. It's a good indicator. There's nothing wrong with it. We want to pay attention to the things that we're feeling, because it's going to guide us back into that alignment again. It's like you're driving on the road, right? And then maybe you're not paying attention and you're like boom, 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 right? And you're driving all on the rumble strips, or maybe you hit the gravel and you just, and then you just redirect and you get back on the road again. This is how we experience life. We experience it through these sensations. How we think we're experiencing it is by the stories we make up about it. But if we can just take the story out of it and pay attention to what we're feeling, it's going to give us an indicator of where we are on the road, on our path, and how to get back. How do we get back is by, what's the feeling I want to have here? So if we're frustrated with things not working out the way you think they should, rather than how they are happening, I see this with people's healing a lot in my practice, right? There's an expectation of how they should be healing, because that's kind of the paradigm of Western medicine. You take this pill. That's weird. My TV turned on and I don't even have the zapper. You take this pill And then, 20, 30 minutes, you have an experience of that, right? And it's having an effect on your body. It's also having a lot of other effects on the body, which are unwarranted and not safe, causing more medications. We know how this goes, right? But because we have this now paradigm of medicine where I give you this and this happens, it kind of sets up an expectation, which isn't one of health. It's one of, I want to say, almost pacifying the system. It's suppressing it. I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's not necessarily healing, because when healing happens, we deal with it at the root and it doesn't reappear again, right? We're not just dealing with the symptoms or the branches, as we say in Chinese medicine. We're dealing with the root as well. So the healing and the expectation of that, when I start to, guide people into saying, well, how am I healing? How is it happening? It's a very different process, because the body is a divine, intelligent creation. It knows how to heal itself when you give it the right things, when you think the right things, when you give it the right nourishment, whether it's mental or physical or emotional. It knows how to bring itself back into balance. We tend to get in the way. We overload the system, all of these things, which cause our beautifully designed body to fall out of balance. And it's an invitation to bring that back. So when you're feeling this emotional cascade of frustration or anger or whatever you're feeling, it's a sensation your body is telling you that, hey, you're not in alignment. We need to get back on track. I didn't show up? What do you mean I didn't show up? I've been here. I'm here. I'm glad you found me. Okay, so it's an invitation to get back on track. So let's see what else we have to say. So use it to your advantage. Welcome it. Be like, I have this feeling of tension, of frustration. What do I want to feel? And begin to feel that. And you'll see that your world will begin to bring that into harmony on its own. Okay. Let's see. There's this one I feel really strongly in my head. It's like you want to believe, you want to have faith, you want to trust. But there again is this underlying feeling of, I can't trust, I'm the one that has to make it all happen. Again, I think that is a misbelief that we've been taught. We don't have to make it all happen. We are not designed to do that. That keeps us in a slave mentality, and it's exhausting and draining, causes stress, illness. And we know what happens when you feel like you're the one that has to make it happen. I know what happens to me when I put that pressure on myself, that I feel like I'm the one that has to do it all. I don't. I can let the universe take care of it. And what happens is, as soon as I get out of the way and have the intention of this is what I want, okay, then the universe will bring me the right people, the right information, the right ideas, and then it happens with ease. It's not like I'm not taking action. I'm taking aligned action rather than taking action because I think I have to, rather than this is the action that feels right. There's no resistance here. So when you begin to stay tuned to your body's sensation, you'll know if you're in resistance or tension, or if you're in a place of ease and relaxation. So you want to begin to cultivate this place of relaxation, really more coherence, which is a heart field, which is a beautiful organization of your entire biofield, which allows the thoughts to kind of entrain and sync up with the heart's direction, because the heart actually knows where you need to go. It has all the maps. And here's like a little belief sticking up. I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't believe. Well, you don't have to believe it for it to be true. Right? There's a scene from the movie The Santa Claus with Tim Allen, and the little kid said to him, I can't remember now, it was so long ago. He's like, have you ever seen $1 million? And he said, no. Well, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? So you can still have those beliefs, but you don't have to give them much credence to know that this is true, because this is the way the universe operates. This is the way you were designed to operate. So you can suspend that belief and not even believe what you believe. And notice what happens there. If you don't believe what you think, or you don't believe what you believe, how does that feel? What happens now? So invite yourself into these new spaces of being by asking yourself these open-ended questions. If this were not true, how would this be? If I didn't believe this, how would it be? You like that? I'm glad. That's a good one. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So that's the mind. Like, there's so much to do. I've been this way for 60 years. I've been this way for 40 years. And, that's a lot of work for me to change. Actually, it isn't. The mind thinks so, but you're designed to actually make changes right away, instantaneously, and then we see it unfold over time. So in my experience, in my experience personally, and in guiding my clients, and in working with people the way that I do, I find that changes happen relatively short time, considering how long you've been living with a pattern. Whoa, what happened? Did my iPad disappear? Okay. Then we're back. So it doesn't take long. It just takes a different way of approaching it, not the way you're used to. It's the way you're designed to, not the way you've been programmed to. And I find that doing this kind of light work, because it's not like homework and it's not heavy work, it's not burdensome, it's actually fun. Now, it does take your attention. It does take a commitment to yourself. It does take that willingness to be there for yourself, but it's worth it, because you begin to feel better and you begin to live the life that you've been wanting to live. You begin to feel better in your body. You begin to become more magnetic to life. You begin to have more creative ideas, whatever it is, because you are now in tune and aligned with the way you are designed. No one will believe me, or, people won't understand. Well, that's okay. There are people that do understand, and you'll be able to do, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So, for years and years and years, I felt like I was the lone fish in the waters that I was swimming in. There was really no one around me who could relate to my world and the way that I experienced my world and what I did in the world. But that was okay. You just know who to speak to about it and who not to. And you begin to attract those people into your life, a like-minded community. I have created a community myself of like-minded people. So if that's a community you're looking for, then by all means connect with me, and you can hook up with some really wonderful people who are dedicating themselves to their own self-realization and their own vibrational health, and who are playing in these waters together. It's really a beautiful, beautiful thing. And also, when you come together with others, makes it easier for you to make the changes that you're looking for on an individual level, because there's a power to the collective. So it's this beautiful feedback loop, this kind of infinity. It feels like we create an entirely new community with ourselves. I love that. That's true. It's true, because everything exists on the fractal level. That's so true. I'm glad you said that. Right? So the group brings you to places that you didn't know you need to go to, and you bring that light to the collective and the group and the community that you're in. And so it's this beautiful dance that happens within yourself and within your community, as you already said. It's beautiful. Okay, let's go into the sounds. I kind of feel like there's a question out there. If you're online live, you're welcome to ask. If not, I'm just going to feel into what I'm perceiving as the question to be. But there's kind of like a thought or a pause of some sort here. You're not sure how to do it. Okay. Well, the how you don't have to worry about. All you need to do is get in touch with the feeling of what you want. That's the most simple foundation. And I teach it repeatedly. And what I find is, people don't really understand what that means. So I teach people how to feel the feelings they want to feel, because it takes them to a very different place than the feelings that they thought they want to feel. They were associating feelings with emotions. It's not quite the same thing. It's a feeling. It's a vibration. It's a consciousness that informs you, and then it vibrates and broadcasts out into the universal mind, and then creates that in resonance, and then you get to experience that in your world. So when you connect with the feeling of that, you're creating that for yourself and for others. Really, in your own world, you begin to experience it. You begin to understand really how you are a conscious creator in this life and how you're designed to create. But you need to get in touch with the feeling of what you want. This is it's a vibrational thing. The feeling is a vibration, and that feeling will connect you with that vibrational reality. Imagine the you that you want to live is having that experience right now in an alternate universe, right? She's living that out. She's got the house she wants. She's got the family she wants. She's got the job she wants. She's able to travel. She has the freedom, the time, the prosperity, the love, whatever, the health, okay? The main players that people tend to desire for themselves. So she's living that out in that universe, and you're over here like, well, I don't have that, but you do. You do. And there's a feeling that you have that connects you with that. It's not those things in themselves that you're looking for. It's those things you think that will give you the feeling of what you're looking for. So, let's say I want a, new car, for example. It's not the car that I want necessarily. I mean, it is, but there's a feeling of that car that I'm wanting to have in my life, of reliability, of maybe speed, of the ability to travel, it's not breaking down, whatever it is, lower payments. There's a feeling to that financial freedom, whatever it is, there's a feeling underneath the thing that you want. So we just want to kind of peel back that curtain to the thing and notice what the feeling is behind that. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe you're in one or you want one, but there's a feeling you want to have with your partner, maybe that you're not experiencing right now. So pull back that want and see what the feeling is behind that. And that's really going to help you create that and change the vibration from one that's stagnant to one that's flowing and moving, and you'll begin to experience that in your life. You want to start driving, but you're afraid to drive because you had an accident in the past. Beautiful. Okay, thank you for this. Let's go into that. Think of something that maybe you're fearful of that you want. Okay, so you want to start driving, but you're afraid to drive because you had an accident in the past. So just feel the fear. This fear, it's like insidious and pervasive in the collective right now. It's keeping us from really doing things that we want to do, or we're doing things out of lack, which is also fear-based. So tap into whatever thing you feel fearful about. And if you're not sure, just imagine that it's there. So for you, it would be the fear that you have when you're thinking of driving, right? Notice how the body feels. You know this sensation in your body very well. You might even get, hard to breathe, or you might sweat, or something might hurt. Feel how the body responds to that thought. You want to start paying attention to the response your body has to the thoughts that you have. That's going to give you a key indicator where you are in relationship to the thing that you want. So you think of driving and you get a fear-based response, right? So it's contractive. Yes. Great. That's another great way to describe it. It's contractive. Now, just imagine, let's go to that alternate universe where maybe they never had an accident, or maybe she had an accident and she was able to get back, on the road again, and it really didn't faze her. There's a feeling of driving for her that she has that you want to have, right? So imagine that feeling that she has. Imagine the feeling that she has. I'm going to bring in the sounds for this just because it does help a little bit. Imagine the feeling of that you who's already living that, how she feels. There you go. Beautiful. Now breathe from this place. Breathe from this place. You'll notice the mind starts saying why you can't. And that's fine. The mind really, is obviously trying to protect you, but it's not helping you. Okay. So we just want to say, okay, and just let it pass through. Okay, you want to stay connected with the feeling. The feeling that the body has is way more powerful than the mind has, but the mind is powerful enough to tell the body no. Okay, so we want to stay in the driver's seat here. And that's a metaphor I use often, not just because of your example. Okay, so there you go. So imagine what that's like to be able to grab your car keys, open the door, get in the car, and it feels fine. It feels fine. Imagine the feeling of it feeling fine. Now, it might take a little while for you to connect with that feeling where that contraction no longer exists, but imagine yourself getting the car keys, opening the door to the car, sitting in the car, and you might have to do that over and over again until that feeling, dissipates. That's one way to do it. There you go. Already I can feel your body relaxing. The breath is at ease. Right? Let me know how you're feeling now as we're going through this. Okay. The other way is to imagine how that alternate you already feels without having that come up for her. Now that might be too big of a stretch, which is why we kind of backtracked and just kind of did that repetition in the mind. Let the mind replay it so the mind also feels safe. Because the body doesn't know the difference whether you're driving or not. You're powerful, feeling relaxed, beautiful. You know, this is something I used when I quit smoking. Okay, it's kind of the reverse, but I just imagined the Brie who wanted the cigarette could have the cigarette, and my body didn't know the difference. You know, I took a few deep breaths, but my body really didn't know the difference. That's how powerful our minds are. So you want to probably practice that repetition, you know, and even then maybe start incorporating the action into your life, like actually picking up the keys until it feels better, and then put them down again, right? And know that you're going to take care of yourself. You're going to take care of yourself. You are there for you. You're not going to do anything to put yourself in danger. That survival instinct is way too strong in us, which is probably why you haven't been driving. But when you know and you feel calm and relaxed when you see yourself doing that, you know you're safe throughout the process. I do this often. I lived on the road for 3.5 years, living the van life. Okay, so I was tuned into the environment all the time. And I had to use that spidey sense to know where I was going to sleep, where it was safe, where it wasn't safe. And so I would have to feel it in my body, and then I knew that I was okay. Now, sometimes when I wasn't sure, but I was tired, I would do it anyway, and I would end up having to move, or someone would knock on the window, you know, things like that. Okay, so my body always told me. So when you can get your body to believe that this is true, you'll be able to put that into action, and it will be fine. Okay, so these are really powerful ways of, you know, letting yourself know that you have the feeling you want to have of the thing you want to do. And when you step in to do it, it happens with ease and effortlessness. Okay, you're so welcome. Let me know. Continue to let me know how this works for you. Again, you want to replay this for yourself several times until you can think about it again and there's no, you know, activation within you. You're not getting activated by it at all. That's how you know that you've changed it. Okay, but you're already calibrating the changes, which is equally as important and powerful. So this is where you want to go with that. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. You are safe. I am safe. I am a safe driver. My body knows how to drive. Yes, it does. That whole statement is more powerful than I think you realize what you're saying. I am safe. I am a safe driver. My body knows how to drive. It's exactly that. You want to rely on the body to get you there. Rely on the body. I always ask my body, my heart mind, my body mind, what do I need? What do I need? Where do I need to go? Where does it feel right? Even if I'm going to out to dinner or a coffee shop, my body tells me where I'm going to sit. So you can start navigating life this way even before you get into the car. You can start just playing with this for yourself. It's a really great skill to have. It's going to keep you safe. This is what keeps you safe, is understanding and letting the body navigate, because it's tapped into the things that the mind doesn't perceive. Our extrasensory perceptions are not here. It's in the feeling body. It's a body sense. Intuition is a body knowing. It comes into the body, it comes from the body, but you experience the sensation through the body. You want to follow that sensation, right? You kind of let it walk you. And I think that's a beautiful segue for the light work for this week, is to practice this body leading the way. Allow it to tell you where to go, where to walk, where to sit, right? When to do something. I have a very good sense of timing. Like when I was living on the road, or with my sessions or whatever it is, it's like my body was like, oh, okay, I have this internal clock, like, okay, now I need to do this. My body's always giving me that information. So when you start to cultivate that dialogue with your body and understand how it's communicating to you, you have access to that same guidance and wisdom and insight for yourself. The way you experience it might be different, but you still have it. Okay, so begin to pay attention to how you experience your body speaking to you. Beautiful. Well, I love this. I love this. How to be in the driver's seat. How to be in the driver's seat. Yeah. And just notice, when your mind starts going, that's the backseat driver. Okay. I tell my clients all the time, you're not going to give the keys to the kid who's screaming in the back. Okay. What that does is it's a very dangerous situation because you're looking at the kid in the back screaming, right? And what happens? You take your eyes off the road. You need to stay focused on the road. You give the kid something to pacify him in the back. You acknowledge him. You want to acknowledge that part of yourself. You don't want to resist it. It is you. But you just want to say, hey, let's have fun. Look at what's out the window. Give them a distraction. Oh, wow, look at the view, right? You both want to get to the same place. You have different ideas on how to get there, but you're the one in the driver's seat. Your vehicle. This is your vehicle, your divine vehicle. It's highly intelligent, beyond the knowing of the mind. Okay, so you're going to trust it. You're going to play with it. You're going to listen to it. It's going to tell you what you want to eat. It's going to tell you when to go to sleep. It's going to tell you where to park your car. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. So begin to explore that this week. Share your experiences with me in the comments. Send me messages. I love to hear from you. And let me know how it feels to be in the driver's seat this week. Thank you all so much for coming together with me to harmonize the nature of oneself. I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place for Alchemy and Oracles. Blessings, dear one.